Well, ever since I've been a kid, my mom and my dad have always told me how important trees are to a community and to my very own backyard. Of course, I love that and I like to climb those trees, but that may not always be the best way to treat your best friends, which are those trees that are in the backyard. But to give us some tips and to tell us how we can take better care of our trees in our community, I have with me today Shiloh Hatcher, who is the City of Greeley's Forestry Manager. Shiloh, great to have you here today.
Thanks a bunch. That just brought some bad memories for me.
Well, so Shiloh and I have teamed up a little bit working with the kids around the community of School District 6 on kind of teaching them about taking care of those trees, especially young trees. And so I think that's why maybe I triggered those memories just a little bit. But here today, what we're going to talk about is a new feature that we have with the City of Greeley and with the Forestry Department, and that is a tree health dashboard. And so Shiloh, give us an idea behind this tree health dashboard.
So we saw another community do some data differently, and we thought, we already collect this, so that would be a really nice way to share some important benchmarks. Yep. Or some of the work orders or whatever we're trying to accomplish out there. It'd be really nice to share that about our urban forest with the public. It can be super easy to take trees for granted. Yeah. Somebody else planted them, they're just there. But with this tool, it helps us to show how the trees in the community are part of the infrastructure, stormwater, parks, roads, streets. Trees are part of that. And so what affects, what happens to one tree, it happens to all of us as part of the community. So this is part of us showing that it's a bigger picture for when we're looking at the tree canopy.
Okay, so when I'm looking at that dashboard, when I head on over there and I take a look at that, what kind of data are you showing and how is that important to me?
Okay, so hopefully it's somewhat self-explanatory, but some of that data there, like the particular data we're showing, are removals, plantings. It's obviously super important that we want to look and see how many removals we had one year and how how those trees are being replaced the following year, both on public property and in private property, because that part of our urban forest infrastructure as well. So if you think of it kind of like a census, it's not quite a full picture, but some of that data gives us an understanding of how best to manage the urban forest by showing that data and looking at it, seeing how we're doing year to year.
So how are you collecting the data that's being used to build out that dashboard?
Yep.
And if I remember right, on the dashboard it's kind of real time as well. So you're collecting the data and then it's happening as soon as I log on and I take a gander at it.
Yep, and so what's fascinating is this data is collected in real time. What you see on the dashboard, it's what happens when the crew's out doing a job and they punch it in their phone, we were here for whatever time and did this. It pulls it right into that dashboard. We were just able to have the tool that said, we already have this data, why don't we connect it and push it out to the public so they can see it and they can see some of the things that we see behind the scenes year to year. So we just get on it at the end of the year and change some parameters about search, show us this year, show us the next year, and so on. So that's the only time we really touch the data. It's really real time.
Yeah, which is a very cool feature. Now, one of the things I want to make sure that we mention also is this is just the beginning of the dashboard and kind of the future of Greeley's urban canopy. And so I know that you guys are kind of dreaming big a little bit with the dashboard and things to come.
Yes, so that's one of our problems is that we can't slow down.
Right.
The crew comes up with different ideas every day. We have a feature coming soon that's going to show real time how many trees are trimmed. So when we go out and trim a tree, obviously that's proactive maintenance. It's like getting your teeth checked or going to the doctor once a year. We want to show how often we're getting out and doing proactive maintenance. So that'll show up pretty soon. We also want to do a species diversity meter, which obviously having a good mix of different types of trees in the community is super important. And that meter will help the public understand how close or how far away we are from having a good goal for that. Obviously a good species mix helps us withstand different insect environmental disease issues that come about. So those are kind of some of the things, and it's just super enjoyable and fun to be a part of, and it's very easy for us to put together. So it's been fun and glad to have it out there.
All right. Well, Shiloh, thank you so much for being here today. And we have about a minute left. I want to make sure that you have a chance to kind of put a shout out there about the Share the Shade program.
Yep. So we're going into our 4th year of Share the Shade. I think we've put out about 350 trees total. We did 135 last year. And Share the Shade is a program that we have that will come out, bring a tree, plant it for you, costs you $50. You can get up to 2 trees a year. HOAs can do 10.
Wow.
If you help volunteer for 4 hours, we give you your money back. So getting a free tree by helping your neighbors plant trees at their property, what a super deal. And love the program.
Yeah, it's been very beneficial, and hopefully more and more folks will take advantage of that. Shiloh, thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to hopefully seeing some numbers go up as people go and check out that dashboard.
You got it. Thanks. It's a bunch of fun.
All right, so make sure that you head on over to greeleygov.com/forestry and check out the tree health dashboard, as well as information about Share the Shade and other tips and tricks on how you select trees, best trees for planting in the Greeley area, and more. So again, greeleygov.com/forestry.